Hey, welcome to the homestead. For a moment, I thought we might take a minute, share with you our bug out bags. For those of you who are preppers, those of you who are planning for the HFF situations, let's take a moment. So I thought I would take a moment and also let you know that I am not sponsored by any company. Some of the things in this pack are high end, some of these things are low end. When I say low end, I'm referring to dollar stores. Some of these things are high end quality, but to me, these are items that I carry in my pack. You have your opinion, I have mine. This is my opinion. I carry a gas for my small stove. I have here also a gel that I use for fire, dollar store. Of course, who doesn't have a slingshot in their situation? You could use it for food, you could use it for protection. Not that it's the best thing, but it's something. Rope. Never gonna have enough rope. Cable. You can make snares, you can use it for tying up things. Of course, 550 paracord, which is a name everybody knows, but this is actually this is not a 550 paracord in my eyes. It's just a type of cord. It is not a brand. I use small carabiners with locks. I have a couple carabiners on here. I have a large carabiner on here as well. Flashlight. Okay, yeah, it may look like an inexpensive flashlight, but it's something. I have some of these products that I have not even opened yet, but this is a water bottle, flexible water bottle. Okay, again, I'm not sponsored. Knife sharpener. Again, an expensive knife sharpener. Yes, you could upgrade this and make something better, but if you have a limited budget, this is what you can use. Why not have a pair of gloves? Gloves for protecting your hands, because I tear it now when you get cuts and scrapes out there in those woods, and it's something a little more than just a bump on the hand, you're going to need it. So gloves. This, to those of you who are familiar with MREs, this is a heat pack. This basically you can use to heat your food with. Put a little bit of water in with it, off you go. Duct tape. Never can go wrong with duct tape. Candles. Definitely a great thing to have. Another flashlight. This is a hand crank flashlight. Basically, just crank it in your hand, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until it gets enough energy to give you a glow stick. Can't go wrong with a glow stick. This is a reusable emergency blanket. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. From an emergency blanket, which can be reused. This is a higher end of just your normal typical emergency blanket, but here it is, and it's actually a sleeping bag if I'm correct. There we go. Can't go wrong with a pocket knife. Well, this is not really a pocket knife. This is more of a sidearm, side belt clip. But here is a knife. For me, I carry a weather radio, cranking weather radio. This can, of course, you can use the tunage. You can use it on not that you're trying to be loud, but you know, main thing I carry it for is because of the weather station of a band that is on it. Now, these little cases I use to keep things that are small and compact. You know, this bag is so big, and that, yeah, it may be big to some people, but to me, I want to make sure I have what I need in this bag. I'm not saying this bag has everything you need in it, but it has a lot. So these little containers, these are dollar store. Okay. This is a hand crank charger that you can use to charge your phone. Not so great, wonderful, not a great thought of charging a tablet, but yet you can use a little flashlight on the end of it as well to let you know when it's fully, the bulb on the end here lets you know that it's charged, or the item that you're charging, that it's producing a charge. Tablets, water tablets. These are definitely great to have if you're in a situation. Hand sanitizer. Wow, we know that's a big cover heart. Why not use a hand scrub? Again, dollar store stuff here. These are basically fire bricks used for heating. More purification tablets. Hand warmers. You don't know what time and what day the SHF situation is going to occur. Having hand warmers could be in the cold season. You might need these. This would be a stealth mode. A mode that you wouldn't have to produce a fire for. That's another thing I have. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to produce everything that you need, but it will produce, it'll help with something. Water purification tablet again. Say I need to get into a situation where I have a glass break. I also have on the other side a seatbelt cutter, as most people know it for. You can cut webbing with it, plain and simple. Some people might ask, why do you need this? You never know if you have somebody that's trying to harm you. You can use these for handcuffs. I'm not saying it's the best thing, but it is something. If you are trying to detain someone, this is an object I would try to use to detain someone that was causing me or my family harm. Another flashlight. Redundancy of flashlights is definitely important. I mean, in my eyes, yes. People say, oh, why don't you have batteries in there? Because it can corrode. Little pup tent. It's made out of the same Mylar material that your emergency blankets are made out of. Another good item to have in your bag. Toilet paper. Just a roll of toilet paper, vacuum sealed. Headlamp, another flashlight. Multi-tool, another item to have in your bag. Now this stuff is weight. This stuff does have some weight to it. Yes, my pack does weigh quite a bit for somebody who's not used to it or somebody who doesn't want to carry that kind of weight. But I'm always one of those guys that likes to have it and not need it, and not have it and need it. This is a wind deflector for your fire. It's just basically a foil that goes around the edges of your fire pit or your stove to keep a bit of wind away from you. Good idea to have. Wet towels. Basically these towels, you just basically add a little water to them, they moisturize up, and they give you basically the size of a washcloth. Compass. My children gave this to me. I actually use it in here. It's a whistle and a compass as well as a magnifying glass. Now you can choose to use this kind of item or not, but you get the idea. A compass, and this compass actually is working, as well as the magnifying glass and the whistle. Again, more rope. Right, electrical tape. Never know when you're going to need electrical tape. This is webbing. Excuse me. This is webbing that you can use to tie things up. I also sometimes keep my hammock in this bag as well. You never know when you might want to get up off the surface so that you're not sleeping with the bugs. So that's webbing. Just normal bottled water. Life straw to some people. This is an aqua straw, a little bit different, but it's in the same family. Gotta have food. Must have food. And if you notice, I dated my stuff. It tells me when it is, how long it's good from that date. And to me, Wise Company is a good company to have. I wish I had a little more product of Wise. But here's a stove. Great little stove. Just a little propane stove. Well, not really propane, but gas. Great item to have in your pack. Yes, it's a backpacker's form, so it's going to be lightweight. Not everything that I have in my pack is designed for a backpacker, but this is not. HHF situations are not great situations. You don't know what's going to happen and when you're going to have it, what you're going to need. So me, I don't have a backpacker situation or background, so I'm not going to carry backpacker stuff. I'm just going to carry what I need to make myself survive. Yeah, cooking plate. You can use this for heating. but you do want to be careful. This is an inexpensive plate, dollar store again, but inexpensive can possibly give you an issue. Now for me to just eat off of this is fine. Monitor what heat you give this, because it can cause it to peel up and cause you irritation of the material it's made out of. But just for normal cooking, eating, I mean, you should be fine. Camelback. This pack has a Camelback option in the back of it here, but I use this Camelback because I never know when you might need a supply of water. Yes, okay, why is it not full? Well, why would you want water to deteriorate and go bad? This is not designed for holding water for a long period of time, as the water bottle is. Change of clothes. Never know when you're going to have you're going to be able to have to run. So of course I've got a shirt, t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, as well as a long pair of pants. Yeah, you can make a long pair of pants into shorts real quickly. I have a pair of socks here as well. Trash bags, great item to have in your bag. These are just baggies. Just basically small in bags you can use to put something out of the weather, maybe a phone, maybe something important electronic. You can put these over top of that item. These are ponchos. I have a couple of ponchos here. Again, Ziploc bags. Love to have these in my bag. Never know when you might need them. Emergency blanket. You'll notice that there's some redundancy in this bag. Like I said, redundancy. This is a lot of emergency blankets, but once one of these gets damaged, what good is it? I'm not saying you can't reuse it. All I'm saying is that once it gets damaged, it's no good to you in a damaged situation. More rope. If you're in a situation where you're not able to go back to your home, you can now plant your own seeds, or have your own plant of seeds right here in hand, and be able to plant your own garden out there if you're not able to get back to where you used to be. Pork and beans. Beans, a very, very high source of protein. Another water bottle. Carrying water with you at all times is very important. Very important. 3 days without water, 3 days without food. Energy drink. This is a real life straw. Bear with me for a second here, we go. Fire. This is my fireside. So basically I'm getting fire gel. Put a little bit of this out, give it a little strike, off you go. I use an igniter or a striker. It's a great item to have in your pack. Candles. Now, yeah, I understand that you might be in a situation where you're not able to get a lot of lighting, but this might help you if you wanted some heat of some sort. Candles. Fireproof, survival matches. These are great matches to have. This might be a little bit of a crazy one for some people, but this is a knot. This teaches you how to make knots. This teaches you how to tie knots. Right here. Good thing to have in your pack. Just another pack of matches. Again, another pack of matches. This is a sleeve that goes over it for a rainproof situation. This is a capsule, or basically a pill bottle. That's all it is. I use it for basically to a certain degree airtight or watertight items. You don't know what you can throw in this thing. It's a great thing to have in your pack. Again, these are some of the items that I currently have in my pack. What you have in your pack is your pack. If you have some recommendations, please leave them in the comments. I want to keep sharing videos with you guys. I'm going to try to do it on a daily basis if I can. If not, every other day. My wife and daughters and I and my son, we are trying to live on this homestead and try to figure it all out. But we hope that maybe you can join us on our progress, on our journey, I guess you would call it, of figuring this all out. But thank you for joining us today. Please like, subscribe. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them in the bottom. Again, thanks for joining me today on The Homestead.